a little bit more successful. Give me a round of applause if you want to be more successful. Beautiful. Me too. Me too. We share that in common. Second thing we share in common is you guys probably, like me, want to make more money. Is that true? Yes. Money's good, right? Yeah. Money solves all the problems that writing a check can solve. And that's quite a few. How about better looking? You guys want to be better looking?
You could try.
I can't. No matter what I say, I can't. I can't. I'll try. I wish I could. I could use it. So, but and how about? Do you guys like superheroes? Superheroes? Anybody else? Right. So, there's a reason for that, right? As a society and as individuals, that's what we like superheroes. That's why movies like Spider-Man and Batman are so popular, right? Spider-Man and Batman. But the interesting thing about Batman is that he's just a regular man, right? The difference between him and the people that he saves, though, is that Bruce Wayne, Batman, decided to live his life by a code. And also by the code. But he decided to live his life by a code. I became the superhero of my own life as well. Right? I don't sleep upside down or anything like that, but I do live my life by a code, and that's what I want to share with you guys today. Now, if you don't know, I became a phoenix. And a phoenix is about rebirth. It's about rising up from the ashes. And I had a pile to rise up from. And as Lisa said, the code that I'm going to share with you guys today is the Phoenix Code, right? The Phoenix Code. And before we get into that, let's establish a baseline. With me, imagine for a moment, imagine a superhero. Whatever the opposite is of what you just imagined is exactly how I felt waking up with my jaw wired shut. Broken back, bone literally sticking out of my face. I had a brain infection that's killing me, and I wake up in the hospital after a horrific auto accident. I wake up there totally blind. No light, no nothing, just like right now. All I see is total blackness. Eventually I get out of the hospital and I continue recovering at my parents' house. I have piles of medication to get through every day, 6 hours of at-home IVs, and I'm incredibly anxious about my life, hugely depressed because I can't stop thinking about what my life could have been, what it should have been, and now what it never will be. Dad comes around the corner, and like he always says, chin up. Because I'm so thin, I'm a bag of bones, I'm so frail, I can barely even hold myself. But I don't respond. He says, chin up, and I just stay there hunched over. I don't move, because right now, this day, I just want it to be over. I just want to die. Sees it, and Dad comes over and puts his hand on my knee. And he says, Tanner, what can I do to help? What's wrong? Is there anything I can do? No. I'm totally blind. There's nothing you can do. My life is over. My life is meaningless. My life is worthless. There's nothing you can do. Tanner, I know it's tough right now. I don't understand what it means to be totally blind. But I do know that you can be blind and in a wheelchair. As a matter of fact, you should be. You could be blind in a wheelchair, and mentally, you should be a vegetable. Tanner, you should be dead. It's always going to be tough for you, son. I mean, this might seem like my dad was kicking me while I'm down. It could always be worse. But this mindset, this perception about my life, this is exactly what I needed to hear. In fact, maintaining that mindset, that is the foundation, the first step in living by the Phoenix Code. Knowing that it could always be worse helped me realize that I still have my hands, my feet. I can walk, I can talk, think, articulate, communicate this message. I can share this idea worth sharing. You know, it's interesting that I would have to lose my sight before I'd be able to look inside myself and see who I am, see my potential, my value. The interesting thing about potential is that it's absolutely worthless. I mean, potential means nothing without massive action pushing it. It means nothing. So that is the second step in living by the Phoenix Code. Massive action. One, know it can always be worse. And two, take massive action despite whatever's going on. I know that if I'm going to create a life worth living, if I'm going to create something of meaning, of value, something to be remembered for, it's going to be up to me to create it. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do know I'll figure it out along the way, as long as I'm taking action. The first action that I take is to enroll in the school. I think that's a pretty good idea. That's something that I can use and build on. And so I enroll in the school. But to frame that appropriately, you gotta remember, I just woke up totally blind a couple months ago. I don't know how to use a computer. I don't even know how I'm gonna get to class or take notes, do the homework, take a test. I don't know how I'm gonna do any of it. But again, though it can be worse, take massive action. After I finished that semester, I figured that it's probably a pretty good idea to learn how to live life independently, because right now I'm still stuck at my parents' house. I'm 21, my hormones are raging. I gotta get out of here. And so I do that. 4 months later, I signed the lease on my first place. And I move out on my own. Now I'm going to school full time. I'm living independently on my own. And the next year I think, man, I have got a whole lot of zeros in my bank account. There's a ton of them. There just doesn't happen to be any numbers in front of those zeros. So I decided to go to work, because being blind and broke, man, I ain't got time for that. So now I'm going to school full time, I'm working full time, I have very little time. And the one thing that I like to do at the end of my 15-hour day is I like to watch The Tonight Show. And if everything works out just right, I mean, if I get off work on time, I'm working at the call center, right? If I get off work on time, if my transportation picks me up on time, we don't hit a lot of red lights, I get home right when The Tonight Show started. But this one night in May, it was Monday night, it was May, and I turn on the television, and the news is on. I'm blown away. Like, the universe has never brought me home early enough to catch the news. Not one time before, and never since. The one time. Now, this is so special because I think in life, people call them coincidences. I don't believe in that. I think that we see these signs. And we either pull the trigger on them and take action, or we don't. We don't pull the trigger, and then we wonder. We regret. We wonder what could have happened and would have happened, and we live with that regret forever. So I turn on the television, and the sports news broadcaster comes on, and he says, "Now here's a team who doesn't let anything come between them and the game they love to play." This looks like a softball. But it's so much more than that. This is baseball for the blind. You see, back when I was recovering at my parents' house in the wake of the accident, I'm looking for something. I don't even remember what it was, but I'm digging around my closet. My fingers come across this piece of leather. I can't help myself. All these memories are flooding back from my childhood, and I throw it on because it's my old baseball glove. I just can't help myself. I mean, I catch the ball, I curl on, I throw the guy out at home plate. I make the game-winning play. Just like I did thousands of times as a child. This was a moment of reflection for me. I know that it can always be worse. I'm taking massive action. But I tell myself, Tim, that part of your life, it's over. Game over. Don't lose yourself because you lost something. I've lost a lot in my life, but the important thing is to not lose yourself because you've lost something. The bigger that you make your past, the smaller you make your future. The bigger you make your past, the smaller you make your future. You cannot grab a hold of today holding on to something else. You can't grab a hold of the greatness inside of you clinging to the past. So don't lose yourself because you lost something, and don't make your past bigger because you are making your future smaller. Little did I know, when I put that glove back in my closet, that 4 years later, I hear the sound that would change my life. Give me back the game I thought I lost forever. And just so you know how much this means to me, how much this means to me, if you don't mind, for the rest of the talk, I'm going to leave the ball out. That would be crappy. Even playing it gets annoying. So, the very next weekend, massive action. I show up. I step out onto the field near downtown Tucson's Mansfield Park, and I step up to the plate, and I'm swinging and hitting, and swinging and hitting, and it feels so great, so liberating, so exciting to have the thing that I thought I lost forever. And then there was that moment when the pitcher told me, you gotta run. Yeah, I mean, hitting's great, but you gotta score, you got to win, you got to run and touch the base. Fear floods over me. I mean, what if I fall? What if I trip? What if I get hurt? What if I fail? Everybody's gonna be wrong. I don't know what to do. I know I'm not alone when I say that I'm not the only one in here who has let fear prevent them from moving forward in life. The only way to face your fears and beat them is the third step in living with fears. The only way that you can face your fears, whatever they are, beat them, is through repetitions. You gotta do it. Reps. So the first time I jogged. The second time I ran a little faster. The third time even faster. But by the fourth time, I'm running as fast as I possibly can. I'm touching the base. I'm winning. And I'm scoring. Not only did I face the fear, but I beat it. And beat baseball has been a large catalyst behind many successes in my life. In fact, a coach found out about me in baseball, and he said, Tanner, man, beat baseball, that is so cool. It's so great. I mean, what you do, I know. Let me ask you, have you ever thought about throwing the javelin? I laughed in that man's face. No, sir. No, I've never thought about a blind guy throwing spears. That's not safe. So I'll try anything once, right? But I've had my back broken before, right? So if you know anything about the javelin, it's really stressful on the back. So put that idea down. But when I did that, I could pick this new idea up. And it was that if they let blind guys throw spears, what else can we do? Right then and there, I decided that I will become a U.S. Paralympian. I just decided. And this brings me to the fourth step in living by the code. Mountainous goals, huge achievements demand you living by it. And that is, you can achieve and succeed in anything that you want to do. But you must do whatever it takes. It takes something. Starting in January 2011, every Saturday, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I rush across town to catch the 5 a.m. bus, 100 miles up here to Macy, because that's the nearest Paralympic track club. I take the bus back home when the next bus takes off, and I get home, and I spent about 10 hours. It costed me 10 hours of work for 2 hours of practice. And why? Why did I do this? Because that's what it takes. Every other day is focused on me becoming a U.S. Paralympian. Come on in. Every other day is focused on me becoming a U.S. Paralympian. Everything. That's training, nutrition, recovery, meditation, visualization. Every single day, everything is focused on this one goal, this mountainous goal, because that's what it takes. And at the end, when the dust settles on my 2011 track season, May 4th, 2011, my first track meet, I qualify for the national championships. In June of that year at nationals, I make the U.S. national track team, becoming a professional athlete for the first time. Later that year in Guadalajara, Mexico, I bring home an international gold medal, and in the long jump, I'm ranked 4th in the world. Thank you. The cherry on top, on the 2011 World Series, beat baseball MVP. I know that in order for me to become a Paralympian, it's going to take me getting out of Tucson. I need to get to the Olympic Training Center. That's what it's going to take for me to get to the next level. And so I put in my application. I know that there's beds available, and I feel really confident because, I'm ranked 4th in the world, I'm an international gold medalist, I'm on the U.S. track team. I feel really good. And so I put in my application quickly, denied. Maybe I need to convince the director of high performance. I'll get an in-person meeting. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, I'm going to see her, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to share with her my passion. She's going to see the fire inside of me. She's going to know that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there. She's going to give me a bed. And at that meeting, she told me, she said, Tanner, I'm giving the bed to another athlete. Been turned down in person, been turned down on paper. The track season for 2012 is coming to an end. It is May. Trials is just a couple months off. But I just know that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing whatever it takes. And in my athlete visualization practice, I'm visualizing myself at the Olympic Training Center. I'm visualizing myself on the track, in the weight room, getting the coaching. I'm definitely visualizing myself lying in the bed that I wish to be lying in. And that's when it hit me. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to move to San Diego. I'm a national team athlete. I can show up to the track. I can get the coaching. I'll be in that weight room. I'm just going to make my bed somewhere else. I'm going to find a bed somewhere else. And so I do. The very last weekend in May, I moved to San Diego. 5 days later, Thursday, we have the first track meet at the Olympic Training Center. And at that track meet, I jumped the greatest jump of my career thus far. News gets around quick. Friday, the meetings begin. Monday, 8 days later, of me showing up. Tanner, calling to let you know, this is the Olympic Training Center, calling to let you know that you can go ahead and move in today because there's now a bed available for you. That's what happens September 4th, 2012, 16 months to the day of my first track meet, September 4th, 2012. I've got the U.S. flag on my chest because I'm representing the United States at the Paralympic Games. I'm standing here in front of you, a U.S. Paralympian. I'm standing here in front of you, the superhero of my own life. But the hero's journey would not be the hero's journey without many failures. And I've had a lot. I risked my entire life savings to make the national ski team. I failed at that. I lost all the money. I thought that I could swim at a really high level, but I don't really swim as much as I just kind of sink. Failed again. Before I even found out about beat baseball, I started a mobile food kitchen. You know, a taco truck. That business failed. I bought and sold used cars. Yeah, a blind used car salesman. That business failed. I failed in life. I failed in relationships, in school, in business, and even recently, my podcast, for the second time, was kicked out of iTunes. I have failed more times than I ever care to remember. But this is the fifth step in living by the Phoenix Code. Failures are going to happen. That is just the cost of doing business. But you must weather the storms. You must weather the failures, because life will throw them at you. Whether you're in business, whether you're not, whether you play sports or you sit on the sidelines, failure is going to happen. It's inevitable. No one gives two craps about what happened to you. They don't. I've had a lot of crap happen to me, and no one gave two craps about it. The only thing that matters is what are you going to do about it. The greatest thing about the Phoenix Code is that it can be successfully applied in anyone's life, wherever, however they are. I know this eternal truth because just like Batman, I'm human, like you. And in closing, I want to wrap up with recapping the 5 fundamental tenets of the Phoenix Code so that we're really clear on what they are. Number 1, know that it could always be worse. You've got it really good right now. It could be a lot worse. 2, take massive action. Potential means nothing without you taking action on it. Doing is the new planning. Action is your blueprint for success. 3, the only way to face your fears and beat them, to run through them, is by repetitions. Reps, 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 and soon you will be your own fearless superhero. 4, in order to achieve and succeed in whatever it is that you want, you must do whatever it takes. Let me tell you something. You deserve to be better tomorrow than you are today. But you must do things that you've never done before. You must go places you've never gone before in order for you to become the person that you have yet to become. But I know that person, that better one, is inside of you. 5, weather the storms, weather the failures. I failed a lot, so you will never truly fail. You'll never truly fail unless you decide to give up. And giving up, that's a choice. The Phoenix Code, living by the Phoenix Code, is how I became the superhero of my own life. But this is not about me. I'm here today for you. This is about you becoming your own superhero. This is about you rising up from wherever, whatever you've come from, to something better, to something greater. And that's why I challenge you. I challenge you to decide right now. It is a choice to live your life by these 5 fundamental tenets, by the Phoenix Code. Because you can be great. I don't know how much time we got left, Lisa, but I would like to open it up to Q&A. I love answering questions. So if you guys got them, you're not going to offend me. You have no problem that I don't feel comfortable addressing.
Tanner, Lisa is not in the room, just wanted to tell you. Well.
Okay. So I guess we got unlimited time. Don't tell Lisa. Do you guys have any questions? It's okay if you don't. I don't want to put you on the spot. No, I travel. I travel. That's a great question. I travel all over the nation. I have yet to get international. I'm working out some things right now in Japan. I'm working out some things in Canada, and I would love to speak in Europe. But as is right now, my experience is in the United States. Yeah. Yes. It's interesting, right? Because my dad was almost never around when I was a kid. And I did something the most. When I was literally at rock bottom, he said the words that became the foundation for how I live my life today. You know, it's like, it reminds me of Talladega Nights, right? Like, if you're not first, you're last. It's like, I was high when I said that. You know, it's like, you know, so, but my dad has faced tremendous adversity. I wish that my dad taught me more. My dad was also an entrepreneur. He's had multiple businesses fail. He's had multiple marriages fail. But I've never seen a man work so hard physically. I've worked side by side with him, and when he said that to me, and knowing how hard I've seen him work, despite all other negatives or non-positive attributes, I know that man hustles. And I know he's faced adversity. So when he said it, it wasn't empty. He wasn't given anything. And he's rebuilt. So he said it can always be worse. I know that he's lived that to the nth degree. It's a great question.
What's your podcast called?
The podcast was called, there was two of them because I was kicked out twice. So one was called The Creative Success Show, and two was the YBS. And that stands for your blind spot. So YBS, your blind spot, your business, your life, your family. Yeah, it was YBS with Keynote. So I like that. And then that one was kicked out for a couple reasons. One, because apparently you can't have BS spelled out in your podcast description. And you also, there was some other back-end stuff that my hosting provider messed up. So the BS got their attention, and when they investigated, they're like, see it suck up. And I had like 100 episodes built up. And it's gone. Like you can't find it on iTunes. It's other places. But yeah, it's like gone. So that sucks. It probably is. Is that an Android one?
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yep. It should be there. Some episodes are on Android, on Google Play and stuff, and some are on YouTube. But yeah, so I started with the Creative Success Show, and then I turned that into YBS. But you know, I feel grateful for it because I feel like that was distracting me from my purpose. Right? Like being up here, this is what I was born to do. I don't care if there was just one person in here. The opportunity to share a message and impact somebody so that they can do something better for themselves or help someone else do something better, that is a ripple effect I'll never know the true capacity of. And knowing doesn't matter, but just doing it is what matters most. called tours. And at the time, when I was that young, I was really impacted by 9/11, right? My accident was March 28th, 2004, and I was failing for the first time in school after I graduated high school. And I saw the second plane hit the building, and I was super moved by that. So was my brother, and we were going to join into the military together. And I was dealing with so much personal stuff, right? I was holding on to my past so tightly that I was like, F the man, like I backed out. And my younger brother kept going. He said, I gotta get out of here. And that damaged me even more. And then I felt like, oh, I let him down. Like, I protected him my entire life. My dad wasn't there. He was a really small kid, like as short as I am. I was always bigger than him. And so, is it a coincidence that we didn't go to Iraq and Afghanistan together? Is it a coincidence that this tree literally blew off in my face? Like my forehead all up here is implanted, like this is implanted, my jaw's all bolted together. I talk really well, but you get good at talking like this, and I'm totally blind, right? I should have died. But is all that coincidence? Is it coincidence that I saw big baseball the one night that I should have never have been there? I would have never have known about it. Is it coincidence that that guy came up and told me to throw the javelin? Is it coincidence that I moved to San Diego? There's like so many other ones. It happens a lot too in relationships, and so that's why I love